Hey, vinyl community, Elliot here, Lazy Dogs Records, and I thought I'd do a little show and tell video. I've picked up a lot of great stuff to add to my personal collection in the last few weeks, and I wanted to share those with you. Uh, the most excited I am about one of the records I picked up is this Big Boy Henry. I'm Not Lying This Time is the name of it, and it's his recordings from 1947 and 1952. Uh, got this from Ernie Eldridge, the Trailer Park Pimp from Leland, North Carolina. He did a flip through on Instagram. I saw this record in the stack of records he flipped through. Contacted him, said, Ernie, I want to get that from you. I want to buy that from you. He would have none of it. He said, I'm sending it to you. It's a gift. So VCLT from Ernie Eldridge. Thank you so much, Ernie. He's a great guy. If you don't know his channel, I'll put a link down below. Wonderful, wonderful person. He is very active in the vinyl community in our area. Just very briefly, Big Boy Henry was born and lived in the Beaufort, North Carolina, and sometimes he lived in Newbern, nearby Newbern, North Carolina area, which is on the coast of our state. And he started playing blues when he was a boy and continued on and off throughout his life. Uh, he did these recordings in Newbern, where he worked at an electronics store and operated various recording equipment there. So some of the time he sat down and recorded some of his blues on there, and that's what these recordings are: 47 to 52 recordings from Newbern, recording himself there. This is on Swing Master, which I believe is a label out of Holland. So it's really hard to find in the States, and there are not many copies out there. If you go to Discogs, there might be 3 or 4 copies of this and another recording by him that is later recordings from the 80s that he did. Uh, Most of what you'll see are available from overseas European sellers. It's hard to find one in the US. So I was really excited to pick this up. I saw Big Boy Henry with Lightning Wells. I think it was in the early 90s, may have been late 80s, in Raleigh doing a show. Lightning on not on this album, but on the other album that Swing Master did. Lightning Wells produced some of his work on a
Big Boy Henry. Hello, Henry. Hey, Henry. Getting drunk again.
That's why you did that.
All right, give me something
Yeah.
and eat. Come on. I believe my baby, that little girl is holding on me. I believe my baby, my little girl is holding on me. You know that little woman, how sweet like she used to be. She don't treat me right, people. She fuss all the time. She takes all of my dollars. Yeah, money goes down. I believe.
other records that I've picked up that I'm really excited about. Now, this is one of those, it can be kind of confusing about value. Talk about values of records. Now, these are all from my personal collection. So, what the financial value of these records are, once they go into my collection are of no concern to me, but it's interesting to note. And sometimes it's hard to add stuff to your collection because they're so valuable. But this album right here, this is the tribute to Carter Stanley from, of course, the Stanley Brothers, and it's on Rimrock out of Concord, Arkansas record label. You can see it's not, nothing elaborate here. It's called In Memory of Carter Stanley, An Empty Mansion by the Stanley Brothers. And actually, this is the second copy I got. The first copy I got is VG. It's it's VG, and I'm hoping this one will be maybe VG plus. The vinyl looks really good. I bought it on Discogs. It is an elusive album. Again, it's not something you see every day, and sometimes it sells for a lot of money, and other times it doesn't. So it's kind of it's one of those kind of odd situations. Uh, on Discogs, it sold three times before I bought this. $55 and $50 and $8. Okay. Now, and that's not all about condition. It's just sometimes it commands a really high price because it's a rare record. Yeah. And sometimes either somebody just wants to sell their stuff or they don't know the value of it, or maybe the value is not as high anymore. I found someone selling this copy and they say it's VG plus. I haven't cleaned it and listened to it yet. Uh, I got it for, I think, got it for $10, I believe. I think 14.99 was the total, so it's probably a little less. Maybe it was $8 add tax and shipping from someone in, I believe it was California that shipped this to me. So is this a is this a $50 record or is this an $8 record? I know what I paid for it, but and I know it's not a record you see very often every day. Now I've been doing a lot of record shows in the last few months. As most people know about record sellers at record shows, uh, and some people complain about, we tend to uh, get set up and have some time before people start coming in to shop for records. And in that time, we go visit each other, socialize. And the part that some people don't like is we go through each other's records and we make deals sometimes. I ended up buying three records that I'm really excited about for my personal collection from three different sellers. And the first one was from Jay, and Jay had this. Always hard to find a Sir Douglas Quintet album that is in good shape, and this is a reissue, obviously, on Beat Rocket Records. This is the best of the Sir Douglas Quintet, and it's colored vinyl, so that gives you, it's a reissue. But she's about to move right. I wanted a clean copy. I've got some Sir Douglas, but nothing in very good condition. And at the table beside me at the Durham show, Neil had this record, and I had to go ahead and pull the trigger on this one. This is from reissue on Fantasy, but not a reissue from the '80s, I believe. Reverend Gary Davis or Blind Gary Davis, whichever you prefer to say. When I die, I'll live again. This is called, and there we go. Reverend Gary Davis, of course, he was the dominant force in the Durham, the Bull City Blues that we got out of Durham in the 30s and into the 40s, and the preeminent Piedmont blues guitarist, just a virtuoso. And this is on Fantasy, and it's one of those twofers. We love those twofers. Came out in '72. They reissued it in '72, so this is from '72, about a decade after the original ish, issuance of these albums as they originally came out on Bluesville, Prestige Bluesville in 1960, Harlem Street Singer, and in 1961, A Little More Faith. So that's those two albums put together as a twofer, Reverend Gary Davis. So glad to add that to my collection. And then from another seller there, Beth, who I've known for a couple of years now. Beth had this record. She's had it at several shows and it hadn't sold. And I keep looking at it and going, I'm going to get that. I'm going to get that. And I finally got it. So this is the Vanguard release, the best of Mississippi John Hurt from Oberlin College, a concert from Oberlin College. And it's got the classic Vanguard inner sleeve. Vanguard label. This is a 1971 pressing of this twofer from Vanguard. Vanguard did some great twofers. Sometimes it would be, a concert like this. Sometimes it would be two albums that they had released previously and they put them together and offer them there. So Mississippi John Hurt, great pictures there. Mississippi John Hurt.
You got to walk that lonesome valley. Well, you got to walk it for yourself. Ain't nobody here can walk it for you. You got to walk that valley for yourself. My mother had to walk that lonesome valley. Well, she had to walk it for herself. It's nobody here could walk it for her. Yeah, she had to walk that valley for herself. Oh yeah, she got to walk that lonesome valley. Well, you.
Now, I also purchased some records from Charleston Monster Music, I believe it's called, a brick and mortar that lists stuff on Discogs. And I had picked up the Flat Duo Jets record store day release earlier. And so I got to looking around for more Flat Duo Jets. And boy, their records are expensive. Those, especially the first couple of records. But the fourth record, I believe it was, that they did has been reissued. And White Trees, it's called. And they had this at a very reasonable price, new sealed, of course. And it's a 2024 remastered edition, first ever vinyl pressing. So CD is the only thing that's had come on before. So
I was a cowboy. Killed a man today to go off of his back. Now it's about an age. I changed a lot since that, but I'm an old soul. Oh, baby, I'm an old soul. I ate dinner with Van Gogh. I was an Egyptian pharaoh, but I'm an old soul. I was a caveman. Beat a woman over the head trying to buy tobacco. Now it's a modern age. I changed a lot since then, but I'm an old soul. Oh, baby, I'm an old soul.
So I'm going to be busy cleaning and playing these records and enjoying them in the coming weeks. I'll just remind everybody, be kind to your neighbor, folks, because you know it. We're all neighbors. We need to love one another.